Live from Fred DeLay Gymnasium in Jackson, Tennessee, on the campus of Union University, Flow Sports proudly presents Day 2 of the Union University Volleyball Classic. Our opening match today, it's the Battle of the Tigers as Ouachita Baptist takes on Edward Waters University from Jacksonville, Florida. Hello again, everyone. I'm Steve Beverly, and it is good to have you with us again for another round of volleyball. We'll be here probably past 9 o'clock tonight. 9 a.m. game. Again, it's a challenge for these teams, although Edward Waters was up for the first one yesterday. But these two teams have to be up about 6 o'clock, get up, do their stretching, get some protein in them, and then come in here and start warming up somewhere around 8 o'clock. So the one thing about it is both teams are affected the same way, but it is really a good opportunity after this weekend when each team has played either 3 or 4 games to see just what you have against competition outside of your conference. And we are about set to go. And it is Ouachita that will serve. And going back to do just that is Courtney Hanson, a 5'9" junior from Arlington, Texas. Edward Waters in the lighter uniforms. Ouachita will be in the dark. And we're about ready to go with volleyball. And here we go. High set. And right off the bat, Taylor Kennedy from Savannah, Georgia, rifles it home. The Tigers were very competitive yesterday, but they had a difficult time finishing and lost both of their contests, and that is the Edward Waters Tigers. Tell you, this Figueroa, who's in the backcourt playing libero, she is something else. This is a good volley. And off the hands of Avery Giles, and so point goes to Edward Waters. They have a long haul to get back home when this is all over with after today. 13 and a half hours usually is about the road trip. And out of bounds, and the point goes back to Edward Waters. I'm going to be referring to them mostly as school names since each one of them happen to be Tigers. There's the high set. Great block by the front line of Ouachita. Good save in the backcourt. And off the hands in the backcourt of Riley Brazil. So it's a good start. Here's the low set this time, and the front line blocks it out. And timeout called. So we've got started right off the bat with a 5-0 game, and we'll be back with more after this.
Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride.
Here we go. Edward Waters out to that big 5-0 lead to start. Front line has done a terrific job blocking. It is in. 6-0 lead. Yesterday, Edward Waters dropped the opener of this classic to Southern Arkansas in straight sets, but it was a humdinger in the third game. And the set and the dink, and that is going to go off of the hands. What a save by Figueroa, and they managed to get it back across. And the whistle blows, giving the point to Ouachita. So they're finally on the board after falling behind 6-0. Edward Waters also dropped in 4 sets, and all of them were close against Arkansas Monticello last night. I must tell you, Taylor Kennedy has a pair of hands that she can slap that thing against the front line and make it very difficult to handle. Back to serve, Naomi Verges, and she had a fantastic day yesterday, even though there were 2 losses. Very high set. Into the net. 7-2 game. Back to serve is Leah Gardner. She's a 6-foot sophomore from Crandall, Texas. And a big one over the top by Nora Laura. And it's Kennedy back to serve. She's just a freshman, but they have tremendous high hopes for her. Plays like a junior. And that one's in. So after falling down 6-0, they've pretty much been trading points. Here's Peyton Church from Jonesboro, Arkansas, and that one is going to go in reverse. Just too much on that one. And that's the first opportunity for 2 consecutive points for Ouachita. And that one is in. No, they ruled that it went. From our vantage point, it looked like it was in, but apparently it was just a couple of inches beyond the stripe. Well, now wait a minute. Now they put the point up to make it 9-4, and they're having a discussion with the referee. That was Courtney Hanson who came over to talk about that, but it's not going to do any good. Yeah, we thought we were right that it was in. So give it to Edward Waters with a 9-4 lead, and Antonio to serve. Antonio terrific on those, but front line blocks it. Excellent combination between Brazil and Haley Fairchild. And here's Brazil, the 5'8 junior from Decatur, Texas, to serve. Wham, bam, that's what it was. And she'll go back to serve. Alexis Simpson is deceptively strong. She's from Caledonia, Minnesota. Soft return. Front line blocking well for Edward Waters. And that's in. So they close the gap to 10-6, and this is Avery Giles, who is from Midland, Texas, in to serve. She's a senior. Too long. That was rifled by Ajaya Jackson from Stark, Florida, but probably about a foot and a half beyond the stripe. Run and jump serve for Giles. Low set, and that one went off the foot of the official, but it is ruled in. So they have narrowed the gap to 10-8 after falling behind with the first 6 points. Lower set. They're going to have to roll, but they do. That's one of those you just get out of the way. Kaylee Thedford, she was rifling it. Sophomore from Pearland, Texas, and when they set her up over on the left-hand corner, you may be toast. That one, it's like she had too many Wheaties for breakfast. So Edward Waters back to a 2-point lead, and this is Demaliz Figueroa. She's only 5 feet tall, but she does so much all over the court, and that is short. And she'll come out, and Janice Guzman will come back in. And here's Courtney Hansen to serve. Junior from Arlington, Texas. Here's the set. And blocked up front. Terrific combination by Emily Adams and Leah Gardner. And we are deadlocked at 11. Ouachita making a huge comeback after falling down 6-0. They had to be careful that one did not go into the net. Soft return, but recovered nicely. And she got it right in the middle of the quadrant of defenders, found the gap, an excellent return, and Thedford gives them their first lead, 12-11 for Ouachita. Pounding it home, and it is in. So they're on a roll now, 13-11. And Hansen to serve again. And dipping it down beautifully. Timeout called by Edward Waters. They got to stop the bleeding. 14-11, Ouachita now on top.
Your life. Your home.
Your business. Your future.
Focusing on you, West Tennessee Bank strives to serve its clients in every season of life. With vast experience in personal and business banking, we take pride in guiding you through significant events. At West Tennessee Bank, we help you realize your dreams.
West Tennessee Bank is a division of Decatur County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. West Tennessee Bank, focused on you.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Lauren Ford was giving her Edward Waters Tigers an earful during that timeout. Let's see if they respond as Hansen serves. And off the fists of Vergés. So they have had 15 of the last 20 points to garner this 4-point lead. And it was apparent that they just needed a wake-up call early, and after that first time out, here they go. Hansen gets that low dip in the serve at the bottom end. There you go. Finally beginning to get a comeback there was Kennedy. She was overdue, and so they have closed it to 15-12. And that one's too long. Catala fired it just about 2 feet beyond the stripe. So we go back at the opposite end, and Kiskin with the serve. Again, a rather low set. They're in the net. Point goes to Ouachita. And they have been on a roll since that 6-0 start for Edward Waters. You want to talk about power? Leah Gardner just demonstrated it, the young sophomore from Crandall, Texas. And here's Kylie Kiskin from Freeburg, Illinois. Good return in the backcourt. That was a cannon by Brazil. And it's 19-12. Here again is Kiskin. Very calm in the backcourt. Hansen is in charge at all times. And the block, that front line is really taking over for Ouachita, and timeout called once again. It's a 20-12 lead, 5 away from a first game victory.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Well, sometimes it takes a few minutes to answer the alarm. If you're like me, there are times that you want to just hit that button that gives you a little extra snooze. Well, when Ouachita fell behind 6-0, it's like the alarm clock had not gone off. It did after that. And they have powered to an 8-point lead in this first set. Kennedy doing what she does best. She has great downward flight on the ball. And Verges to serve. She already has 4 kills and 4 points in the game. Tremendous return from the backcourt. But it hits up on the grid and nobody was in position to recover. 4 points away from a first set victory for Ouachita. And here's Leah Gardner. She takes that run and jump serve. Talk about taking command. Haley Fairchild from Cabot, Arkansas. That's another one of those you take a look at it and you say, all right, just get out of the way. Here's Gardner again. And that's off of the shoulder of Guzman. What a comeback this Ouachita team has made after just seemingly being disorganized in the early moments of this game. And that one went off of the fingertips of Brazil. So they'll swap some personnel. 23-14. Miserable morning again in West Tennessee as it was all day yesterday, but perfect weather inside. So I hope you'll stay with us all day long for this great classic. Here's the set. Now that one went in reverse. And the dink is there. It is game point. And back to serve it, Peyton Church. And they got to wipe it up. Moisture gathers on that floor. You don't want to have any kind of a chance of any of these players sliding and perhaps having a concussion. Here's the high set. Blocked up front. And perfect geometry. That was about a 45-degree angle on the downward flight for Leroy. And they trade some personnel, and here comes Dislande Antonio, tremendous setter. And she's not too bad serving. Here's the set. Wide. Brazil had the punch, but not the angle. It's going to be close to the net. Front line blocks it, and first set is history, 25-16. The victory goes to Ouachita. And after falling behind 6-0, a tremendous comeback. We'll be back with the second game in this Battle of the Tigers after this. Steve Beverly back with you from Fred DeLay Gymnasium in Jackson, Tennessee. We're getting ready for Game 2 of the opener, the matchup between Ouachita Baptist and Edward Waters. OBU, the leader in kills, 13-12. Each team has had a service ace. Edward Waters has an edge in assists, 12-11, and in digs, 16-11. But the strong front line play of Ouachita really began to assert itself and take control in the second half of the first game. And here we go, Edward Waters, and this is Quachita to serve. And they're going to have to rush that one, but they do recover. And the save. Excellent job on that final hit. And the block is there. Combination of Kennedy and Leroy. Back to serve it, Courtney Hanson. And I am so impressed with both sides and how they're handling the front line play. Point to Edward Waters. And this will be Verge's excellent server she is from the Dominican Republic. She's a 5'9" senior. Block up front once again. And you can see the celebration coming from Nora. 5'10" freshman from Davenport, Florida. The angle was just a bit too wide, trying to get it going from right to left around the midpoint of the square, and it was about 18 inches beyond it. Perfectly delivered. And that's one of those where you're looking for the gap in that quadrant of 4 players that are usually close to the up front. Boy, I'm going to tell you, they've got a libero who is going to be black and blue when this is over, and point to Ouachita. We're tied at 3. And it's Kylie Kisgan back to serve. She's the left-hander. And shall we say a little bit of clobber on that one for Brazil. And Ouachita back in control, 4-3. And they've got to wipe it up. We have not seen the Mad Mopper show up, as we call the young woman who often does that, and she often has a friend that trails along beside her, and if they're cleaning all up and down the floor, she's doing sprints with her. Perhaps later in today's classic, and nobody could pick that one up as it went wide left. So they're on a 3-point roll. Here comes Kiskin again. And they're waiting on the official signal. And he's going to come over and have a brief conversation with Allison Kaiser. And coming over to have the same message with Lauren Ford. And I'm not exactly sure what the comment is about. Now I think we're ready for Kisker. The left-hander delivers. Block up front once again. Nicely handled by Leah Gardner. I'm convinced out there on the floor, Gardner's not afraid of anything. Just clearing the net. And again, Hanson with a tremendous return. And Ouachita is up 7-3. Hanson has 11 assists already. Well, that's what you call using the inside of the fist, and Gardner pounded it down. Perfect angle. Timeout called by Edward Waters. They're down 8-3 as we are in the second game.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us. A promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Ouachita firmly in control 8-3 in this second game of the best of 5 after winning the first set 25-16. And they just have such a mix of talent out on the floor. Giles doing a tremendous job as the libero. 5 digs. She and Hanson both tied for the lead in that category. High set. Nice recovery by Katala. And look at that power once again. And the thing you're impressed about with Ouachita, about how high they get, extending their bodies to be able to get a better angle, particularly on the smashes. And that one goes back up into the first row of the seats. And it's 10-3. And awaiting her signal again is Kisgan. She has 1 ace, 2 digs, 1 point. And she gets so much power from that left hand, and it is in. All the way back, about as far as it could go in the upper right-hand corner. We talk about volleyball being a game of geometry, and they are showing it here this morning. The block up front, nice save by the front line of Edward Waters. That's in. I think Brazil must have leaped 3 feet in the air. A 9-point lead for Ouachita's Tigers. Nice save. Here's the set. Underneath, they could not save it. Figueroa did the best she could to dig it out. And off the hands of Kisgan, but that ends a long run, and it's 13-4. They had a run of 7 straight. So now trying to see if she can reverse that is Lauren Smith, the 5'5" freshman from Middletown, Ohio. Perfect set. And a perfect angle on the delivery by Emily Adams. 6-footer from Arlington, Texas. Leah Gardner back to serve. She is the pride of Crandall, Texas. And they get that moisture wiped away, and here we go. Almost a collision of players. Barely saved, and it was a nice job by Smith. But the point to Ouachita. And they are now up 11. Gardner to serve. She's had a busy morning. 5 kills, 1 ace. And that's what you call measuring your opponent and doing it quite well, Emily Adams. Timeout, Edward Waters. So far, it is Ouachita running away. We'll see if they continue in a moment.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Has your home comfort gone to the dogs? Beat the heat this summer with Jackson's most trusted team of technicians at McCoy's Heating and Air Conditioning. Our York certified and trained technicians can repair or replace your HVAC system, keeping everyone cool so you don't end up in the doghouse. Sit, relax, simply call or go to our website. It's wonderful to chill knowing you always have someone by your side. Your HVAC system's best friend, McCoy's Heating and Air.
Back we are. It is a 16-4 romp here in this second game. After Ouachita won the first one 25-16, and getting ready to serve is Leah Gardner. And they have just mixed the responsibilities of these players so well, and they seem to be in constant communication with each other. And Gardner to deliver. She gets a high jump on her serve, and they had to chase it down. That's one of those that if it goes off the side of the arm, sometimes you just absolutely cannot control it. And we've been at it only 42 minutes. In these first 2 games. High jump, but a little bit too long. So Edward Waters back to serve for the first time in a while. And it's going to be Nora Leroy. And she again gives a left-handed delivery. That looked like about a 45-degree angle the way she measured that downward flight, but Emily Adams really has her game together. She's going to come out for a brief rest. And here's Peyton Church. And the angle perfectly delivered by Haley Fairchild. Allison Kaiser constantly shuttling in fresh people to, because this is a grueling marathon. Now Ouachita won't play again until 7 o'clock tonight against the host team Union, and that one's too long. And it's a 19-5 game, 20-5 now. They just put it up on the board. But it is a grueling weekend to play either 3 or 4 games. And that one into the net, one of the rare service mistakes that we've seen from Ouachita. And let's see if Edward Waters can get on a run. Just off the top of the net. And that perfect dink. Paige Webb, she's the tallest one of them at 6'2", the freshman from Little Rock. 4 points away from a second game victory, and that one dipped right in front of James, and nothing she could do with it. And here's Brazil. Here's a high set. Excellent recovery. Once again, the geometry is correct, and Webb delivers. 2 away from a second game victory. Brazil just very comfortable with any situation she's in on the floor, whether she's serving or whether she's on the front line. She's proven to do it all. High set. And again, perfectly measured, this time by Savannah Whitaker from Forney, Texas. And it is game point. This will be a high set. Whoa. Well, she was going for the home run on that one. Whitaker could have probably powered that one over the Blue Monster in the minor league baseball park here in Jackson, Tennessee. That one almost went back to the concession area. All right, Lauren Ford trades in some subs, and here comes Figueroa, trying her best to hold on down 17. And that does it. Webb delivers the final point, and it is a 25-7 second set victory. So Ouachita only 1 game away from sweeping. We'll see if Edward Waters can make a comeback right after this. It's do or die for Edward Waters. Down 2-0 to Ouachita. And Edward Waters has some talented athletes. The ball has just not gone in their direction this morning. And after falling behind 6-0 in the first game, this Ouachita team, it was almost like hearing the sound of the alarm at 7 o'clock in the morning or even 6. And you suddenly realize you have to get up. And that's exactly what they have done. And they have dominated ever since, winning the first one 25-16. And then, I mean, it was a piece of cake in the second one, 25-7. And you have seen some outstanding play from the libero, Avery Giles. Let's take a look at some stats right here. Leading scorer for Ouachita, 10 points for Adams. 4.5 points each for Leroy and for Kennedy, and 5 for Verges of Edward Waters. In assists, 21 for Courtney Hansen of Ouachita, 11 for Katala of Edward Waters. And it is Courtney to serve it. She's also had 8 digs. And that's what I'm talking about with Giles. She is there for almost every single ball and first point in Game 3 to Ouachita. Hansen very collected out on the floor. And that one just too low to be picked up. Simpson gave it her best shot, but it was just at the wrong angle for her. And here's Hansen again after the ace. And that looks wide. Verges reared back and fired, but she was about 2 feet beyond the stripe. And the whistle and the point to Ouachita. Out to a 4-0 lead already. It's so ironic because in the first set, Edward Waters got out to a 6-0 lead, and it looked like they were going to be on top of it. And then Ouachita had the engine to crank up. And that one goes off the hands. Kennedy was trying to give it an angle, but apparently they were in the net. So she gets the point anyway. And here comes Katala to serve. Here's the set, and that's in. Perfect downward flight by Gardner. And I think they had to chase one of the balls back into the concession area, but now the officials are having a discussion. And again, since we don't have a mic right down on the floor, I can't tell you what they're saying, but I don't know if it had to do with the last exchange, but this gives an unintended timeout for the teams. And Ouachita going over to talk to their coach, Allison Kaiser. Now there is going to be a discussion with the scorer's table. And again, I cannot begin to tell you what's going on with this, but it's creating a little bit of a delay. At 11 a.m., Catawba will be back on the floor to take on Arkansas Monticello. And at 1 o'clock, it'll be Southern Arkansas against Southwest Baptist. These are all scheduled times. 3 o'clock, the host team Union against this same Edward Waters team. And at 5, Southwest Baptist against Arkansas Monticello. That should be a dandy considering what those two teams have done so far. And then the finale will be at 7 tonight with Union against this Ouachita Baptist team. And they're coming over to talk to Allison Kaiser. This is more of a delay than you sometimes have with NFL officials. So we've had about a 4-minute delay. And after all that, Ouachita's going to serve. And here's Kiskin, I think. At least she thinks she is. Perfect delivery. Set up too softly for Gardner not to be able to put that one right in the quadrant between the defenders. And you had two players. Let's see. Nope. And timeout is called. 7-1 our score. We'll be back in a moment.
The biggest thing for me was realizing the value that you receive from a Christ-centered education.
You'll have some things modeled for you that you're not going to get at a big secular state school, even though it might be cheaper, and that's a big deal to sit under somebody who loves the Lord, who loves his craft, and who's ready to impart all of that to you.
Definitely don't write off a university just because of costs, especially Union. They really do help students generously with financial aid.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 1 million views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,700 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, South Gibson County, USJ, and TCA. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
7-1, Ouachita dominating in this third game. So well coached by Allison Kaiser, and this is like watching a machine. They're very calm, collected, and prepared for virtually any situation. And Kiskin ready to serve. The left-hander delivers. High set, too long. She got up very high on that one and was not far from the stripe, but the angle just a little bit wide. Into the net. So Kiskin gives up a service error. And we flip sides, and Vergés is back to serve, trailing 8-2. And that one stayed in. Sometimes on one like that, the backcourt will freeze thinking it's going out, but she had it just inside the square. High set. And beginning to get a little momentum back on the other side. Simpson got spin on that one. And a lot of times if you can get that, particularly a right to left spin, it is very, very hard for the front line to handle. Here you go, block up front. Kennedy is on top of it. But the front line delivers again. A combination of Gardner and Brazil. And it's Gardner to serve. 7 kills she has, 2 aces. And they swap off. They got to get a little bit of moisture cleaned up. Giles has 10 digs in the game, 23 assists for Courtney Hansen. Gardner, the leading scorer, with 11.5 points. Has that hard slap serve. And that one goes into the net. She was trying to pound it home, but Kennedy could not get it up high enough. So Gardner again up 6. There's the high set. And it was just beyond the stripe. So they're on another run again with a 7-point lead, and Gardner, the right-hander, pounds it again. Front line again delivers, both Adams and Fairchild. And you can see they're feeling it right now. They just are so comfortable, relaxed. And they get this one over, they'll have an 8-hour rest, maybe even more than that. And they are really navigating Edward Waters into a number of unforced errors. This one has to go, and it's too long. You could almost sense it from the minute it left the hands of Nora. So Gardner having her way back with service. And some miscommunication as to who was going to make contact on that play. And so now they are on a 7-point run to lead it 15-4. And you just sense this one is going to be over relatively quickly, but service error as she hits it into the net. And checking back in is Giles. And Kennedy to serve. And getting a nice one off the defender's hands is Simpson. And let's see if Kennedy can pull through a 4, 5, or 6-point run. Line drive serve. In between the defenders, she found the open spot in that quadrant once again. So it's back to the 10-point lead. And here is Anne-Marie Tice. She's only 5 feet tall from Hot Springs, Arkansas. And that one just completely spun off of the fingers of Brooklyn Jones. So up 11, Anne-Marie goes for it again into the net. You have to get a little bit more height on your jump if you are one of the shorter players, as Tice is, but still they're not in panic mode, up 10. And here's Nora Leroy. And you want to make sure that Tice didn't crash into the seats over there. She was going after it full blaze. Nora ready to serve again. Well, that would have been a ground rule double if this had been baseball. That's one of those, when you see the speed of those coming, you just back out of the way. Brazil with the serve, and it's going to be out. Backcourt just couldn't handle it. And here goes Brazil again. She gets that big dip, and that one's long. 5 points away from the match. And Riley, such a dependable player in every facet of the game. She gets that curve that really fools defenders. High set. Good job again by Riley in the backcourt. Off the hands of the front line. It was Helmuth trying to save it, and it went right. So they're on another 4-0 run. That one you could almost tell she didn't get her jump high enough as she released the ball, so it goes into the net. And back to serve it is Jesslyn Vasquez, 5'8" sophomore from Winter Haven, Florida. Here's the set. There you go with the pound and ground from Brooklyn Jones, the freshman from Detroit. And Vasquez with a flat-footed serve, and it goes into the net. Down by 10, the hole is big to dig out of, but they have proved their resilience in this classic. And the answer comes from Whitaker. That's her third kill of the morning. And here is Avery Giles. That's in. Just hit inside the stripe in the corner, and going back to serve is Figueroa. One thing about this Edward Waters team, they may get down like this, but they do not fold. They continue to stay competitive. And she got a wicked downward curve on that serve. That one was almost like hitting a cut shot in golf. Again, the same type of curve. And they've managed 2 in a row. The lead is now down to 8 for Ouachita. Figueroa, very workmanlike the way she goes about her game. Here's the high set. Nice save in the backcourt. That went up almost to the ceiling. And that's going to be way out of here. And in fact, it did go just to the left of the exit door. 2 away from victory for Ouachita. And here is Bidwell, Mac Bidwell from Franklin, Tennessee. The block up front, beautifully handled by Jones. Pardon me, that was Emily Adams. It is match point. That's it. Game, set, and match. The exclamation point from Paige Webb, and the final is 25-14, 3 consecutive sets for Ouachita. And let's take a look at some of the team totals here. For Edward Waters, you had Verges that had 5 kills, as well as Kennedy to lead them. 12 assists for Catala. 9 digs for Simpson. But over for Ouachita, you had several players that really put their act together here. Adams had 10 kills as well as 1 dig, scored 12 points to lead them. Hanson with 2 kills and 9 digs, added 4 points. For Gardner, it was 7 kills, and she also added 2 assists, 2 aces, 11.5 points. She was on her game, definitely. 24 assists and 9 digs for Courtney Hanson. And she did some excellent service across the board. And Brazil, don't count her out here. She had 4 digs, 2 service aces, and an assist, 7 points, and then 10 digs and 4 assists for Giles. But as we look across the board, in this particular contest, we are going to give our player of the game honors to Emily Adams, the junior from Arlington, Texas, with the 10 kills, 1 dig, and she also had 12 points in the game. Solid performance. She had 19 attacks on the goal. So, 3 straight. Ouachita Baptist takes it, and we will be back. We got a long time because that game was played in a matter of 1 hour and 9 minutes. So we will be back at 11 o'clock when Southwest Baptist takes on Catawba, and we'll look forward to having you with us. And until then, this is Steve Beverly reminding you that the final score was Ouachita Baptist 3 sets, Edward Waters none. This telecast has been a presentation of Flow Sports, the Gulf South Conference, and its member institutions. I'm Steve Beverly. We'll be back at 11 a.m. And until then, so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee.